My name is Tony Wisniewski. I graduated from Purdue Industrial Engineering in 1991, and I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. So currently I'm the CEO of a company that is in the robotics space, the CNC and robotics automation space. We mostly do the aftermarket for robotics, supporting manufacturing companies across the United States and globally. And I've been doing that now for the last 6 years. I graduated industrial engineering. My first job out of Purdue was working for a company called Ingersoll Rand. Went to work in their industrial compressor business, and I was an application engineer and then a sales engineer, and basically had a long career with that company, almost 11 years, finishing out running a business for them across multiple continents. And yeah, great journey. Transitioned from there to actually go to my first role in industrial automation, working for ABB Robotics, and was their VP General Manager for their aftermarket services business. I also ran a business that integrated multiple projects across the automotive industry within that company. Purdue definitely landed me my first role, and as I like to tell people, I feel like industrial engineering is that broad base that allowed me to go into multiple contexts. In fact, I started my career with Ingersoll Rand in a rotational position, then I went into an application engineering position, and then later into sales and up the chain all the way to run a business. I feel like industrial engineering every step of the way, because of the broad context of what we did, and certainly the understanding of how the technology relates to the business needs, was critical to my success, frankly, and getting into those different roles that I had. I started out as an aeronautical engineering, actually. I thought I wanted to be an astronaut or a NASA engineer, and I did that for 2.5 years before I realized that I was not doing exactly what I thought I wanted, what I wanted to do in my career. And part of that was an internship that I did during a summer after my sophomore year, where I was in a manufacturing plant and started to work with engineers on the plant floor, and basically seeing things in a different light. And I just realized I loved that far more than I loved, trying to work on different factors of how you influence mechanical design in an aircraft. So I came back with the mission to change majors, and from there started industrial engineer well behind my peers, and but it was the best decision I ever made, frankly. People, engineers obviously are all analytical to some degree, and for me, when I realized it wasn't going to be aeronautical, the biggest thing for me that was drawing me out of it was that I felt like I was too narrow. I felt like I was going to be, behind a computer somewhere, and maybe lost in a big building where everybody'd forget about me, if you will. Whereas with industrial engineering, what I've always appreciated, it interlinks with the business, and you're involved in the business processes. So you're far more relevant, and you're engaged across the business, and I feel like that's really what drew me to it, more than any one thing. I knew I wanted to be an engineer still, but I knew with industrial engineering I could do that and also be involved with aspects of business planning, with how the operations really ran, with how the business ran. Industrial engineering has got an interesting set of dynamics that it's got to deal with. I mean, we're right at the very forefront right now of a significant technology change in terms of what's going to happen with the Internet of Things, and certainly with AI's influence on that. And I feel like manufacturing and all things around it are going to completely go digital, and already are, and certainly the dynamics of how machinery works and how it interacts with the human beings and how it works with other parts of the system is all going to take a much different path than it's been on for the last 20 years, frankly. It's going to be revolutionary, in my opinion.